Zealous heart and unrelenting devotion poured into a sport that demands your sweat, your blood, and your tears. Few moments will top these lifelong memories. As the decades pass and the greats emerge, one jersey bears all their names.
My very best friends wore this jersey with me, and some of the greatest laughs I ever had were worn in this jersey.
I feel the passion within to go out there every weekend and kick the crap out of every other team, especially when they come into our house.
When you're a kid, when you're the last, young kid on a senior team, you get the last uniform, it was number 13. But to me, I've been a really, really lucky girl.
When I see this jersey, I think of the proud tradition of strong women playing for the University of Regina program, and I am so proud of that.
All the sweat and hard work and competing, and how much I really miss that, and makes me very excited for the Nationals in Regina this year.
When I wear this, I feel proud and honored to be a part of such a successful basketball program.
This is your room.
Yeah.
All basketballed up.
The walls scream sports fan. At 13 years of age, Jaden Cook lives and breathes basketball.
I just drew the picture hoping that he would see it, and then the coach was like, "Hey, do you want that signed?" And he was like, and then Steve Nash came on, and he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I was kind of terrified, but he's giant and I'm tiny, but it was really cool.
You were 6 years old. What was going through your mind?
I was like, Dad's gonna be so happy.
That's because basketball is in her blood.
They know my dad and my mom definitely, because they were Cougar players, and they're always like, "Oh, you should be such a great basketball player." And I'm like, yeah, I guess I play. Doesn't mean I'm that great, but it's fun to, they're like, "Your uncle's Joel," and I'm like, yeah, it is.
That passion has been passed down. Now Jaden is trying to make a name for herself.
I play RCBA, which is
it means basketball has no official season.
BSI jersey from the summer, club team jersey, the Running Rebels, school team, the Lakeview Lions.
It's game day every month of the year.
Basketball was a part of my life, but not as much as it is for kids nowadays. Like Jade's in grade 8 now, and she's been playing for 7 years. I didn't even start until grade 7.
Girls now make up 40% of RCBA players. Jaden's age, grades 7 to 8, is the most competitive pool. 2 divisions divide the elite from the community players even before they hit high school.
Jade was in a program in the fall where they worked out at level 10 3 times a week, and a part of that was weights.
They may be girls, though they train like young women, most with the glint of varsity in their eyes.
I can't believe that they run that court so many times, and that they have to be like, I don't know, it's so different to watch them play and then go watch like my school basketball game, and it's like, how am I gonna become that?
That's the big question. How do you enter the ranks of one of the most explosively athletic, deep-driven benches in the country? You might call the Lady Cougars a dynasty, the kind of team that makes you cringe when you see them on the schedule. A force to be reckoned with in the late 90s. Since 2001 alone, 9 trips to the national championships. For the past 6 years, the women have been in every CanWest final, finishing with a big win in Calgary just a few weeks back. Still, only one banner takes home top spot.
One of my most favorite Cougar memories was actually the year that we won our 2001 national championship. The buzzer goes off and all of us are just jumping in a mountain in the middle of the court, embracing my good buddy Phoebe in a hug, and I can just remember the huge feeling it was to really make history that day.
This was no Cinderella story.
Immediately after was joy of accomplishing something that we had set out to do for so many years, and then happiness for the athletes to see them out on the floor and knowing they would never forget what they were able to accomplish as a group of young women.
That win stems from years of tradition, women that trailblazed the way back in the 70s.
1978, 79. We were still Cougarettes.
The Cougarettes.
Yeah.
So it was a different team.
Yeah.
Meet Betty Fornwald, formerly Betty Hofert, an academic All-Canadian and at one time the Cougar Outstanding Athlete of the Year.
Everything looks different, and they got the long socks. That was
Yeah,
the
long
style?
socks, long sleeves.
What the heck are these? I don't know if this is for a child.
No, they were practice shorts.
The uniforms have sure changed, and the game has switched gears too.
They're kind of tiny.
It's funny because basketball shorts now are, all the girls are wearing them past their knees.
I know. I'm not sure what the past the knees thing is about. If you got good legs, you can wear these. The basketball got smaller for women, right? So you've got a small ball, so it's lighter, it's easier to shoot. Shortly after that, in the mid-'80s, the three-point line came into play.
But beyond that three-point arc, a specialization in sport as well.
Brings back memories. I can smell the sweat.
It's not the same game Phoebe Deesa-Min remembers. She only started playing basketball in grade 9. Now as a coach, she knows that would rarely cut it.
Younger athletes are asked to compete at a way higher level. I look at when I played the first year on provincial team, that was a U17 team. So these were 16 and 17-year-olds. And now we're watching 14 and 15-year-olds do what we did.
Simone, you've got a few awards over your time.
I've got a couple.
Even Simone Bouchard, arguably the best player to grace the Cougar program, didn't focus on one sport until university.
Basically every season was a different sport, and so by the next time basketball season rolled around, I was fired up and excited for basketball season. It's a good thing because they're getting so much better, they're stronger, they're faster, they're tougher, but I mean there's a lot of injuries too.
Heels up. Working against that is Czech import Maya Kralovsova. She's developed a strong girls training program to focus on the body more than basketball.
We're gonna squat down. Weights are important, but explosiveness, speed, agility, those are almost more important sometimes.
The other part I think that's very important to mention is sort of that mental development and mental capacity building in athletes. And as a coach, look at the game a lot differently and realize these are still very young people. And even though their muscles might be developed, they might be stronger, their mental capacity is still at that developmental age.
Christine Stapleton agrees. Hailed by many as the coach that branded women's basketball in the Queen City, she left the Cougar program in 2002 only to take on a job with Canada Basketball.
The second youngest athlete at the London Olympics was Natalie Achonwa. She started training sport specifically for basketball when she was 15 years old. Basketball is a late maturation sport. Women around the world are 28, 29, 30 years old and achieving at that Olympic level.
Whether you agree with specialization in sport or not, multiple teams, or basketball all year round, one thing is clear. The Cougar women's basketball program has benefited because of it.
Secret to success? I would say just hard work and surrounding yourself with great players and good coaches that just drive you to be the best you can be.
Lindsay Lettingham is a homegrown example. Fully trained in Saskatchewan, she's a two-time Canada West second-team All-Star. She also passed the 1,000-point milestone in her career.
You put the time in because you love playing this sport, so as busy as it is, I wouldn't change it for a second.
Decades of strong basketball players precede her, not only here at the U of R, but also at the U of S. Take a look at these national prairie finishes over the last few years. With the majority of the players homegrown, you have to wonder, what's in the water in Saskatchewan?
Watching athletes before you that have come from your local schools, have come from your community, that's one of the biggest things I think that just encourages more athletes to try and strive for that excellence.
The Saskatchewan kids are late bloomers. Provincially, we maybe haven't got the results we wanted. I think Lisa Tomaitis at U of S does a great job, and I think we demand a lot of the kids, and I think they end up being late bloomers because of their work ethic.
Well, I think there's special people that live special in a really great way in the province of Saskatchewan. Small communities like you know, the Findlaters, Lake Lenore, Moose Jaw, those communities at Spy Hill. I you know, tried to recruit an athlete from there. Those smaller communities develop some wonderfully talented young women.
Another, more recent valuable weapon, key international imports.
As the NCAA has come into Saskatchewan and taken away some of our big players, we've had to replace that talent, and we've done it by going international. Our core will always be Regina. Like even this year, of our 13 players on our roster, 10 of them are Regina kids.
And you can't forget about the community, a sideline of supporters unique in this country.
The basketball community is really cool because it ranges in age from 6-year-olds to 50-year-olds. I mean, you go to Cougar games and you'll know 3/4 of the people there because either they played or their kids are involved in basketball now.
They'll draw from this strength over the weekend in the biggest battle of their basketball lives. Few teams make the national cut. Even fewer athletes get to perform in front of a home crowd. But the Cougars have been here before. Home court heartbreak in 2009. Now, in 2013, a chance to rebound.
Hey, they're the best they've been, so they definitely have a target on their backs. But they have to remember that basketball's fun, that they're here for a reason, and that they get to play in such a big stage in front of their family and their friends. And like I said, the biggest thing is find the passion for the game again and just play.
Forget about all the buzz around media and TV and expectations of all the people around and fans. Just go out and have fun.
Bronze baby.
I mean, what doesn't come to my mind, the program was lucky enough to win it in 2001, and I guess it's our ending goal, and it would be the best accomplishment in the world, but we have a lot of tough games and a lot of tough competition ahead of us in order to get to that point.
As much as this is the moment, it's not where the dream begins. Now that starts at any Saskatchewan gym, or simply with a little one-on-one in a 13-year-old's bedroom. Molly Thomas, CTV News, Regina.
Nice shot.